Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. Today's video is going to give you a quick overview of the new personal missions which were finally unlocked on the EU server yesterday. And myself, Ike and Quickie Baby were playing through some of them last night on the live stream. And we're going to see some selected highlights of that in this video as well. But for now, personal missions. What are they? How do you start them? And what are they all about? So, in order to actually access your new personal or individual missions, you go to the Mission tab, same place it's always been, but you'll notice that there are now two different tabs available. The regular missions that you've always had in World of Tanks, well, not always, but you know what I mean, are now under the Missions and Specials tab, and the individual missions are here under the Campaign tab. There are 4 different sets of individual missions, and you have to complete them in order. You can't just go for the Heavy Tank Object 260 or the Medium Tank T55A or the Tank Destroyer T28 concept. You must first unlock the Stug 4 missions, earn yourself the Stug 4 before you can progress on to the T28 concept, then the T55A, and then the Object 260 missions. Campaign rewards, click here, you can see exactly what you get. The Stug 4, the T28 HTC, the T55A, the Object 260. However, you also get your female crew members if you complete all missions in a set. So, for example, if we have a look at the Stug missions, if you were to complete the entire light tank set, of which there are 15 missions, or the entire medium tank set, of which there are also 15 missions, the heavy tank set, you can see a pattern developing here, 15 missions, same with tank destroyers, and same with artillery. Complete any one of those sets, and you get a female crew member as a campaign reward. Now, the female crew members are quite unique. They all come with a new skill called Sisterhood of Steel, which is basically Brothers in Arms, but it's specific to female crew members only. So once you have enough of these female crew members to fill up the crew of a vehicle, you automatically get a sort of free Brothers in Arms perk with the female crew. So that's nice. Now, these individual missions are liable to catch a lot of people out at first because they work completely differently to the existing missions in World of Tanks. If we were to look, for example, at your regular World of Tanks missions, these are the kind of missions that are just running all the time. When you satisfy the requirements, you get the reward. Without specifically aiming for it, it's just something that happens. Back to normal, for example, you can complete this any number of times up to the 19th of January. All you have to do is be among the top 10 players in your team, buy experience earned, and you automatically get double crew XP. As soon as you satisfy that requirement, you don't have to start this mission, you don't have to even know that this mission is running, it just happens. It's kind of like an achievement. You can also complete more than one of these regular missions at a time. There may be, for example, another mission running where you have to be among the top 5 players on your team by damage done, and the reward for that might be a premium consumable. It's entirely possible to, well, in fact, it's extremely likely that if you're in the top 5 players on your team by damage done, you're also going to be among the top 10 players by experience. So if that were to happen, if those 2 missions were running, you would not only get double crew XP, you'd also get a free premium consumable, 2 missions completed in one game. Well, that does not happen with the new campaign individual missions. You can't complete any of these missions unless you've started them. You have to physically go into the mission and click the start button. So it's entirely possible for you to have logged on last night in a World of Tanks thing. Right, I'm going to get all of my light tank missions done, and drove light tanks all night without completing a single mission, because unless you actually select the first mission and press the start button, you can't complete the mission. So unlike your regular missions, you definitely cannot complete multiple of these missions at the same time, and you must do them in order. So, what exactly do you have to do in order to get these missions done? Well, the whole principle behind them is that the missions are tailored to the type of tank that you're driving, and they're designed to try to encourage you to drive the tank properly. So, for example, if we were to look at the heavy tank missions, I mean, the first mission that you do is pretty straightforward. Destroy an enemy vehicle with a secondary condition of cause at least 1,000 hit points worth of damage. So completing the primary condition earns you 50,000 credits and unlocks the second mission, which you can then start. The secondary conditions do not have to be completed, but if you do complete them, then you're listed as having completed that mission with honours, and in this case it's a bonus 25,000 credits. So moving on to the second mission, point blank shooting. Destroy an enemy vehicle from a distance of up to 100 metres. So get close within 100 metres and kill an enemy vehicle. And you can see where they're going with this. They're trying to encourage the heavy tanks to stop camping at the back behind the artillery and the tank destroyers, move forward and actually engage the enemy. And that's great. You know, that's trying to encourage people to play the tanks that they're driving the way that they should be driven. And this pattern continues as you look at some of the other vehicles and the missions that you have to complete for those. The fifth light tank mission, forward observer, spot an enemy vehicle and assist your allies in destroying it, with the secondary condition of spot enemy vehicles and enable your allies to cause damage to 2 vehicles spotted by you. Now, this is all good stuff. It's trying to teach people how to drive light tanks properly as scouts. It's a bit more difficult for the medium tank missions, because medium tanks in World of Tanks, well, you've got so many different kinds of medium tanks. You've got slow medium tanks with heavy armour, you've got fast medium tanks with no armour, you know, so they have to be kind of general when they come to the medium tank missions. But a good example is medium tank mission 4, Stay Still Would You. Destroy the track of an enemy vehicle and cause damage to that immobilised vehicle, with the secondary conditions of completely destroy an immobilised enemy vehicle. So you can see, again, you can see the sort of thing that they're aiming for. Moving on to the tank destroyers, the pattern continues. They're trying to encourage the correct style of gameplay for the vehicle that you're driving. Tank destroyer, mission 4, ambush. Destroy an enemy vehicle, remain unspotted by it at the moment of its destruction. Okay, yeah, fine, makes sense. I do love the secondary condition on this one, however. Use the camo net. That's got to be the easiest 25,000 credits you were ever going to earn. Just have a tank destroyer and put a camo net on it. But you can, funny though it is, you can see what they're doing. They're trying to promote the idea of driving the kind of vehicles that these missions are catered for the correct way. So you have to applaud them for that. Unfortunately, while you can see the intentions, and I'm sure they have nothing but the most noble of intentions when they were setting down to decide which missions should be applied to which different class of vehicles, some of them are going to promote the most ridiculously selfish and stupid gameplay, and I'll give you a couple of examples. Heavy Tank Mission 8, with guns blazing. Cause at least 1,000 hit points of damage to enemy heavy tanks. Destroy 2 enemy vehicles. Those are your secondary conditions. And that's it. You don't have to win. You don't have to survive. So I would not be at all surprised if you're going to see people driving heavy tanks who happen to be on Heavy Tank Mission 8, that the second they have done 1,000 hit points worth of damage, they turn the tank around and they go and hide at the back of the map. The pattern continues with Heavy Tank Mission 11, Not Even a Scratch. At the end of a battle, cause at least 1,000 hit points worth of damage. Do not have any damaged modules or injured crew members on your vehicle. Once again, you don't have to win the battle, you don't have to survive the battle. So you are going to see heavy tank drivers who are running this mission, doing 1,000 hit points worth of damage, then turning their tank around and hiding at the back of the map. And good luck to you if that's one of the top tiered heavy tanks on your team. This is going to happen. The pattern continues, looking at the very second light tank mission. Reconnaissance. Be the first on your team to spot 2 enemy vehicles. Okay, well, you can see what they're doing. They're trying to, once again, trying to encourage light tanks to, scout. But you don't have to survive or even win. Again, in order to complete this mission. The secondary condition is survive the battle. So it's promoting suicide scouting. Another example, medium tank mission 6, rapid fire, cause damage to enemy vehicles of 3 different types. Secondary conditions, survive the battle. Okay, well, what's so bad about this one, Jingles? Well, picture the situation. Guy's in a T-62A, he hasn't been spotted, 3 enemy tanks suddenly lumber into view. One of them is an Object 704 on 500 health. The other 2 are heavy tanks on full health. He can kill that Object 704 with 2 shots. He fires 1 shot at the Object 704, and then he ignores it in order to put one shot each into the other two tanks that are with him. The Object 704 survives, goes on to get a Top Gun, do 7,000 damage. You can laugh, but this sort of thing is going to happen, and it's going to happen because people are focused on getting these missions completed rather than winning the game. At some point, however, you're going to run into another problem. Well, not all of you are going to run into another problem, but a fair number of you probably are, because you have to be able to get into a platoon in order to complete these mission sets. Heavy Tank Mission 13, Storm the Defense. Join the battle as part of a platoon of heavy tanks, and as a platoon, destroy an enemy vehicle during the first 5 minutes of the battle. And in case you were thinking, well, I'll just progress down the line that doesn't require platoon missions. Nope, sorry, they all do. Artillery Mission 14. Join a battle as part of a platoon, including 1 or 2 light tanks, or 1 light tank and 1 SPG, and cause at least 2,000 hit points worth of damage. It's good to see that they have actually thought about it, however. While it's disappointing that you have to, doesn't matter whether you're playing lights, mediums, tank destroyers, heavies, artillery, at some point you're going to run into the platoon wall. And it's not going to be a problem for a lot of people, but for a lot of other people it is going to be an issue. I've seen people in general chat already just begging for platoons because they've reached that part of the individual mission progression and they can't get any further without a platoon. But it's good to see that they've put some thought into it here regarding the artillery platoons, because the last thing that we want to see is 2 3-tank artillery platoons on the enemy team, 6 artillery in one game. Yeah, that's just not going to be fun for anybody, not even for the artillery players. At least for the artillery platoon mission, you can platoon up with light tanks and have them go out and spot for you. So we're not going to see masses and masses of artillery platoons. But for the heavy tanks, here we go. Storm the Defense. Yep, Heavy Tank Mission 13. Join a battle as part of a platoon of heavy tanks. Heavy Tank Mission 14, Platoon Assault. And it's usually at the bottom end of the progression, but you're looking at Tank Hunters. There we go. Tank Destroyer Mission 11. Join a battle as part of a platoon. There's no getting away from it. At some point, you're going to have to get a platoon in order to complete these missions. And of course, the kind of mission that you have to do next is definitely going to influence the kind of vehicle that you're going to drive, or at least it should. Let's have a look, for example, at Heavy Tank Mission 4, Hit Them Where It Hurts. Damage or destroy 1 module or injure 1 crew member of an enemy vehicle. Well, that's just got KV2 written all over it, doesn't it? The 152mm derp gun on the KV2 with high explosive ammunition, it doesn't even matter if the matchmaker takes a huge dump all over you and keeps putting you into tier 8 games. You just hit anything with that gun, firing HE ammo, even a tier 8 heavy, and you're going to knock out a module or injure a crew member. So, and you know, the pattern continues. If you look at the medium tank missions, where is it? There we go, medium tank mission 11, ram them. Destroy an enemy vehicle by ramming. Anybody who owns an E50M is going to be rubbing their hands with glee when this mission pops up. But at the same time, it's definitely going to encourage poor play, because you're going to be looking to, again, you don't have to survive, you don't have to win. So you're going to see E50M drivers just throwing their tanks away purely in order to get a ram kill, regardless of whether they win, survive, lose, whatever. It's all about just completing the mission and moving on. And I have no doubt that you're going to see people in tanks that are completely unsuitable doing exactly the same thing. Lorraine drivers trying to ram heavy tanks. It's going to happen. And it's going to happen because people are trying to get these missions done. So let's see some of these missions getting completed. This is a 3-tank KV2 platoon. We're on the Hidden Village map. It's a tier 7 game, and for this particular mission, what I had to do was kill 2 vehicles of different types. So a light tank and a tank destroyer, or a medium and a heavy, whatever, as long as I have at least 2 kills of different types of vehicle. Pop around the rock, nothing spotted. KV2 has terrible view range, however, so I don't hang around waiting to get shot at. Generally speaking, you know you've been spotted in a KV2 when you start taking hits. There's an enemy down there, but he's on the other side of that rock. He's actually down in the valley. Take another poke. There's usually somebody loitering in the bushes behind that building at the far end, and didn't quite. Again, lousy view range. Didn't see that guy until he was spotted by somebody else, at which point it was too late to take a shot at him. Now we've got a tank destroyer and a heavy, well, a pair of heavies, and somebody's taking pot shots at me. Pull back. Looks like Quickie Baby or Ike have already scored some damage. I have yet to fire a shot. And, oh, there's an archer. There's an archer. And there's my first kill. So now all I have to do from this point on is kill anything that isn't a tank destroyer. And the mission is complete. Now we have a heavy. And I haven't quite reloaded yet. He's blown my tracks off. But that's no problem. I'm still safe. I use the repair kit because I want to get him. But I can't reload quite fast enough. Is he going to pop out again? Yep, he is. Didn't kill him, but did a lot of damage. Ike and Quickie Baby still struggling to get the first kill. And there's a bunch of low health targets there. Come on. Oh, oh, oh. Get that guy, get that guy. Got him. Bingo, there you go. Mission done. At this point, because the objectives of the mission are simply to get 2 kills of 2 different types of vehicle, I don't have to win. I don't have to survive. At this point, I could go AFK. And I have absolutely no doubt whatsoever that you are going to see that happen. Of course, I'm not going to do that. Because A, I'm not a douchebag, B, I want to win, and C, I want to get more damage and XP and credits and all that good stuff. I'm in a KV2, I've got a big gun, still plenty of things to shoot at. But at this point, it does not matter, for the purposes of the mission at least, whether we win, lose, survive, draw, whatever. The mission is complete. And I've already completed the secondary objectives as well. Do 1,000 hit points worth of damage to the enemy team. Don't have to win, don't have to survive, mission is complete. And I suppose it does have the unintended side effect of, well, this was a loss. Look at the map. I've got the T-29 and a Tiger coming around behind me. And that guy, I'm praying this guy's going to come out, but no, he's seen these guys coming around behind me as well. He's not going to risk getting hit by a KV2 when he's on low health. And that pretty much ended my little adventure. But didn't really care that much, despite it being a disaster of a game, because I got the mission complete. The next game that we played, the fun continued. We're in a 3-tank E75 heavy tank platoon. It's a tier 10 game, although there aren't that many tier 10s. And we're here on Westfield. Now, I have completed the previous mission. You saw me do it in the KV2. Destroy 2 vehicles of different types in one game. Didn't matter whether I won, lost, survived, whatever. The mission is complete. My new mission is to destroy a crew member or module on an enemy tank. And that should be fairly easy to do. Ike and Quickie Baby, on the other hand, still have to destroy 2 tanks of different types. Have a look at the teams. It's just heavy tanks as far as the eye can see. It seemed, and we saw a lot of this when we were playing last night. Everybody seemed to decide that grinding out the heavy tank missions was going to be the easiest. But what that meant was that people were running into a massive brick wall when they got to this heavy tank mission, destroy 2 tanks of different types, because there was just nothing but heavy tanks to shoot at. The enemy team have 2 tank destroyers, 3 mediums, and 1 light tank. Everything else is a heavy. There's no artillery. So you can guarantee that all of the heavies on our team are going to be prioritising the medium tanks, the tank destroyers, and the light tank above everything else. It's not a problem for me. I've already got my mission complete. All I have to do is damage a module, but Ike and Quickie Baby were sweating bullets. It was just nothing but heavies for them to shoot at. wrpl Borsig over there scores a good hit in my lower glacis as I try to come over this rise, and the E75, I just didn't have the gun depression for this. I can just see the top of that guy, but nah. And I start getting tired of this. Try to back up and get onto the reverse slope and see if that gives me a better firing solution at these guys, but it doesn't. E100's just arrived. There's just this huge, massive heavy tanks all fighting over the scraps here. There's far too many of us up on this corner. This is a very, very important part of Westfield to control, but I think there's enough of us up here. I managed to score a hit on that E100, and then the wrpl Borsig puts one through the front of my turret. And I've just had enough of getting shot at by that guy. And there's enough of us up here to hold this side. And I figure, screw it. I need to... I don't... See, this is the thing. I don't know whether or not I've completed this mission. I've scored 2 good hits. One on the 215B and one on the E100. Did I do any module damage? I have absolutely no idea. So instead, I leave the fight on the corner to the heavies that are up there. And I head down into the town. And Quickie Baby's just killed a Carnarvon. So that's a heavy. Now he has to kill anything that isn't a heavy. And I'm going after that Centurion. Yeah, I do like the look of that Centurion. I'm going to have me some... Oh, Quickie Baby's nailed another one, but it's an E100. So that's another heavy. Come on, Quickie Baby, get a tank destroyer or a medium. No, not the T110E5. That's a heavy as well. He was cursing at this point. Just desperately trying to find anything that wasn't a heavy tank that he could shoot at. Meanwhile, I found a medium. Actually, I found 3 mediums. There's a 4202 and an STA1 down there. I'm chasing after this Centurion. I'm thinking, oh, okay, I don't want to look at those two, so I'm going to stop here, angle the armour, bounce a shot, finish off the Centurion, and I'm starting to take hits, but I think, screw it. And I'm going for this 4202. I want to ram him, and he can see it coming. He's not stupid, he's backing up, but I was never going to be able to get close enough. He's taken fire from above, and there he goes, he's gone. So that leaves the STA1, and he is taking some hits. And I know I'm never going to be able to outmaneuver an STA1, so my priority now is just to stay alive and give my team clear shots at him. So get around him, he's hit me again, come on guys, finish him off, bingo, there you go. All that's left to kill is the Type 62, a light tank. And, I mean, Quickie Baby's got 3 kills. He's killed a Carnarvon, he's killed an E100, and he's killed a T110E5, but they're all heavy tanks, so he's failed the mission unless he can kill this Type 62. Ike as well, he's killed a T57 heavy. And he's killed an IS-8, but he's also failed the mission unless he can kill this Type 62. And they can't all kill the Type 62. And there's no guarantee that they're even going to get the kill, because I'll guarantee you everybody else is... Yep, there we go. Both of them, mission failed. 5 kills between them, and they're all heavy tanks. And just to add insult to injury, I didn't complete my mission either. All I had to do was some crew or module damage. That's it. It's not asking for much. I did 500 damage to the E100. No crew or module damage. 500 damage to the Conqueror. No crew or module damage. 800 damage and killed the Centurion, but managed to kill him without doing any crew or module damage. And oh wait, no, there it is. I did some module damage to the STA1. While we were grinding our sides of our tanks up against each other, I did 4 whole damage to the STA1 and damaged his tracks. But tracks don't count. So despite the fact that, Quickie Baby had a great game. He got 3 kills, he did a whole bunch of damage. Ike had a good game, he got 2 kills and did a bunch of damage. My game, not so good, but it was fun, I enjoyed it, until I got the battle results screen and saw that I hadn't completed the mission, and none of us got the mission complete, so I'm still trying to do crew and module damage, and Quickie Baby and Ike are still trying to destroy 2 vehicles of different types. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that the kind of tanks we were running into and the way people were playing all night were being 100% influenced by whichever missions they were running. The heavy tank missions appear to be the simplest ones to get done, and so everybody was driving heavy tanks. I mean, once again, look at this. There are only 5 tanks on the enemy team that aren't heavies. And Ike and Quickie Baby both still have the mission to destroy 2 vehicles of different types, so good luck with that. I, of course, have still got the mission to knock out a module or crew member on an enemy tank. So, we're in a triple E100 platoon. We're on Abbey, there is artillery, and I am very, very conscious of the fact that there is artillery, and I have probably been spotted by that T110E5. This IS-8 pops up around the corner, and I'm going to pop up here initially to support him, and then I suddenly think, hang on, artillery. Hold on. IS-8's been tracked. He's sitting there in the open. I don't want to be anywhere near him. But artillery doesn't appear to be taking that much of an interest, at least not yet. IS-8 manages to repair his tracks and back off. I wait. I want to give artillery time to get bored. I'll pop out around the corner, and there's an M103 right behind that rock. He's come a little bit too far forward for safety. I bounce a shot, plant one right into the turret of that AMX-50B. My tracks get hit again. I think I'm reasonably well angled. I start turning my turret while I'm reloading, but it doesn't seem to make that much difference. I'm getting They're putting some precise and accurate fire in. My tracks have gone again. I really don't want to hang around here because, you know, artillery. But I get my tracks back up. Ike has killed the AMX-50B. So Ike's got a heavy tank kill. Now we're going to rush this M103, and he's doomed. He's too far forward, or his teammates are too far back. I hit him, Quickie Baby hits him, I take another hit there, Quickie Baby sets him on fire. Quickie Baby's got a heavy tank kill as well, so now they just have to kill anything that isn't a heavy tank. And around that corner are two things that aren't heavy tanks. There's a Jaegeru and there's an E50M. Now, I've just reloaded, and I spot the IS-8 in the middle there. I'm hoping for a flanking shot, but no, there's a building between me and him. So there's the three of us up here in our E100s, and there's this IS-8 with us. And well, we've done well so far, but now we need to get round and take the fight to these guys. There's an E75 also on our left flank down the lower road, and he's gonna provide some comedy relief, at least for Quickie Baby. We come around. We want to kill the E50M first, so this is our priority target. Of course, I completely screw the shot up, and I take a hit again. That was the T110E5. Ike's face-hugging the Jagdpanzer E100. I need to get my tracks up. I don't want to be sitting here in front of him. Quickie Baby's going to finish off the E50M. The E75 at the bottom end of the road takes him out. And then as Quickie Baby turns around, and I'm planting one into the back of this T110E5, the E75 puts a shot into the back of Quickie Baby's E100. So that's nice. Come on, we need to kill this Jaegeru. And I'm reversing here. I don't want to let this T110E5 get behind me. I put one into the side of the Jaegeru. Come on, somebody finish him off. I need to turn around and worry about this T110E5, and then I get hit both by the T110E5 and the T92 artillery, and that really hurt. I have already used my repair kit, and now my engine is damaged. T110E5 is determined to kill me before he dies. Ike and Quickie Baby coming up. Ike's already completed his mission. He's killed a heavy and a tank destroyer. So Quickie Baby, he needs to get motoring here. He's got 3 kills, but they're all heavy tanks. He's killed an AMX-5120, he's killed the M103, and he just killed the T110E5. So now he's desperately motoring off up ahead there, and I've got no prayer of catching up. But I've used my repair kit, my engine's damaged, I'm in an E100. I'm struggling to get over 20 kilometers per hour now. So we're going to switch to Quickie Baby. Ike's got his mission complete. I don't know whether or not I have my mission complete. I'll find out after the battle. But Quickie Baby is desperate to kill anything that isn't a heavy tank, because he's been on this mission for a while now. And that's the thing, despite we've been having decent matches and we've been getting lots and lots of kills, but they just really struggled to get this mission complete because everybody was driving heavies. Ike coming around the corner, lots and lots of health. Quickie Baby, not so much health, but he's throwing caution to the wind here because there's some artillery kills up for grabs. There's one of them. Come on, avenge me. Yeah, he's got him. Bingo. Quickie Baby now has his mission complete. He can start to take it easy now. AMX 3090 over there, he doesn't really look like he has a shot at him. And there's also an enemy E100, and there's still an Object 212. 3090's been killed. Looks like somebody else just got their heavy tank mission complete. He's going after the other artillery. Ike there, looking for a shot at the E100 on the enemy team over there. He fires, it doesn't look like it did anything. Quickie Baby, on the other hand, has found... There he is. Come on, Quickie Baby. Bingo. There we go. He's on 5 kills. There's only one thing left to kill now. He's up for a Top Gun. He's got his mission complete. All that's left is the Top Gun if he can get the kill on that E100. And he's in a good position now to do it because the E100 is angling against, well, targets like me and Ike up on the other side. So he angles his tank, he aims, fires armor piercing, and it bounces. He reloads high explosive anti-tank, takes a return fire from the E100. He will be reloaded before he will. Stops the tank, aims it up. Come on, do it for Top Gun. Bingo. So, well done, Quickie Baby. Got a Top Gun out of that one and completed his mission. Ike also completed his mission. They move on to the next stage, which is the stage that I am on. Destroy a module or knock out a crew member on an enemy tank. And did I complete it in that mission? No, did I, hell? Of course not. I scored module damage on the T110E5 and the AMX-50B, but it didn't destroy any of the modules. It was just module damage. It didn't knock out any crewmen. So I'm still trying to get this bloody mission done. And it was a massive bummer, despite the fact, I mean, it was a decent match, at least up until the point where I got my engine knocked out by the T92. But up until that point, where I didn't score a single point of damage from that point on, I still finished second on damage done. It was a good game, but a colossal bummer, despite the fact that we won, and I did pretty well, because I just couldn't get this bloody mission done. Well, anyway, several games later, and I am still on the same bloody mission, trying to destroy a module or knock out a crew member on an enemy tank. It just isn't happening. Now, I suppose I could have just loaded and fired nothing but high explosive, and I would have completed the mission, but I would have been throwing games. I would have been throwing games for my team, and I'm just not that kind of arsehole. I'm not saying I'm not an arsehole, I'm just not that kind of arsehole. So I'm still trying to do it properly. I'm in the AMX 5120, and ironically, now here's the thing, I can Quickie Baby had already completed this mission and the one after this, and Quickie Baby certainly was at least at this point during the night on the mission where he had to destroy 2 enemy heavy tanks. And wouldn't you know it, suddenly nobody was playing heavies. Look, it's the exact opposite of the situation that we were encountering an hour earlier. It seems like everybody had run into that brick wall of trying to destroy 2 different vehicles of 2 different types and had given up on trying to do the heavy tank mission. So now everybody's in tank destroyers and mediums. There's only 3 heavy tanks on the entire enemy team, and Quickie Baby has to kill 2 of them. So that's going to be fun. And I've just found one of them, IS-8. Put one into him, he fires and misses. I'm driving an autoloader. Oh, Ferdinand behind him. He fires, hits my tracks. So I managed to put one into the IS-8 and one into the Ferdinand, spreading the damage around, praying for those module hits. Here comes the IS-8. I've got a side shot, take it. He fires and bounces. That's the first time that's ever happened driving an AMX 5120. The IS-8 is not feeling very confident. They know I've fired 2 shots. They don't know that I'm reloading, although they probably guess by the fact that I'm backing up here to get some solid cover between myself and that IS-8. Looking around, nothing behind me, but oh, here comes an Object 704 to the rescue, giving that IS-8 something else to worry about. Oh, he can't quite kill him. I'm going to be reloaded very, very soon. I should probably have taken a hit from this Ferdinand. He fires and it bounces. Again, I bounced another shot in the AMX 5120, but I stopped to finish off the Ferdinand and then came around, 2 shots remaining. Unfortunately, it's cost the Object 704 some health, but between the 2 of us, we've nailed the Ferdinand and the IS-8, so I'm fumbling over the keyboard here trying to thank the Object 704 for coming to my aid, and he acknowledges it. I really do owe this win to the Object 704, but I'm reloading again and I'm coming up to directly support Ike and Quickie Baby in their ST1s. Unfortunately for Quickie Baby, I've just killed one of the only 3 available heavy tanks, but there is still an ST1 and there's an E75 up for grabs. Now remember, it's not damage enemy heavy tanks, it's kill enemy heavy tanks. So I come around, I'm reloaded, there's an AT-15 there. I take a hit, but it's minimal. It's the AT-15 with his 20-pounder, aimed straight for the centre of his gun mantlet. There's a great big old armour hole right around the gun, in the gun mantlet of the AT-15. Got 2 shots left, second one bounced. Come on. Got him. And I did take another hit, but minimal damage. There's the E75. Now, we're working together here. Quickie Baby saying, take your shot and I will take the kill. So, bingo. He's nailed an E75. He has to kill 1 more. So that's the ST1. I'm hiding up here while I reload. And we're pushing on, and it's around about then when we notice, whoa, bad guys behind us, bad guys behind us. So, you know what, screw the mission for now. We need to worry about the threat to our rear. There's a Leopard and a Comet. I wouldn't want to be in the Comet, but the Leopard prototype has got a very, 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 very nasty gun. And I'm thinking, oh, Leopard prototype, hit that anywhere, and it's an instant ammo rack. There's my mission complete. Oh, there's the ST1. Well, Quickie Baby, this is like a red flag to a bull. He's scented blood in the water. Scores a hit, and he's like, okay, just get him down to low health and I'll take the kill. So I fire, and it penetrates. I've got 2 shots left, fire at exactly the same spot, and it bounces. And it bounces, and then somebody else takes the kill. Quickie Baby is cursing at this point. He can't get the mission complete now. Well, now I'm reloading, and I still don't know whether I've completed this mission or not. The Leopard prototype is backing up. Since I'm reloading anyway, I'm going to go around and try to outflank. And that's when things suddenly get interesting. VK2801, he fires and blows my tracks off. He is not alone. The Leopard prototype is coming around, and there's a Chaffee as well. I'm almost reloaded, my tracks are back up. Party time. So how am I going to do this? I've got 4 shots. Ah, screw it. Fire at the Leopard prototype, ram him, swing the turret around, blow away the VK2801. I'm now on 91 health. Quickie Baby's not taking the risk, and he takes out the Chaffee, which was absolutely the right thing to do. I mean, I would have been able to kill the Chaffee. I have 2 shots left, and I was just about to reload, but at the same time, I'm on 91 health. Ike, meanwhile, has noticed that we're being capped, and he's driving his ST1 around to... It's probably the Comet, because the Comet was around there, and when we pushed around the corner, he disappeared. So the Comet is probably the one capping. Ike's already on his way to get the interrupt. He should be able to get there in time. Cherie pops up behind us. Quickie Baby notices it at about the same time as I do, but he's got a much, much better shot at him, takes him out. Now, I'm on 5 kills. Quickie Baby's on 3, and Ike's on 1. That's 9 kills between the 3 of us. If we can kill all the remaining enemy tanks, that's a crucial contribution. So, even though I don't know whether I've completed this mission or not, and Quickie Baby knows he hasn't completed and isn't going to be able to complete his mission, there's still something to play for here. I mean, there's always something to play for, but now we've got a crucial contribution on the table, so we need to kill all the remaining enemy tanks. Not only that, but I can smell a Top Gun. So I'm right now, I'm begging Ike. I'm Ike, please, please, don't kill the Comet. Don't kill the Comet. I've almost reloaded. I've almost reloaded. This is dangerous, though. But the Comet insists on trying to put a shot into Ike, despite the fact that I'm on 91 health. And I'm in an AMX 5120, which enables me to claim a Top Gun. So, hooray for stupid. And there's only 2 enemy tanks left. Come on, Ike. Yep, Ike gets him. Now, the only thing that's left is the Waffenträger Panzer IV. So, I'm on 6 kills with my Top Gun, Quickie Baby's on 3, Ike's on 2. We nail that Waffenträger 4, and it's a crucial contribution in the bag as well. And now it's a race to get down to the enemy base where we're pretty sure he's camping, and try to nail him before somebody else on our team does it. And, well, Quickie Baby is already in a good position. He's not on the fastest tank in our team, that would be me. I, of course, have to get all the way back there from our own cap. But the good thing is, crucial contribution, you don't all have to survive. It's not like Brothers in Arms where everybody in the platoon has to survive the match. So even if this guy sees me, fires, kills me, he's going to give his position away doing it, and we can still get the crucial contribution out of it. Of course, I'd rather not die, so rather than just charge blindly around the corner, because he may be up there waiting for me to do exactly that, I stop, take a look, and then I figure, oh, screw it. It's a crucial contribution anyway, so I go for it. As it happens, he was further back in the base, and we're going to switch to Quickie Baby. He's got a shot. He's got a shot. Come on, crucial contribution. Oh, for God's sake. It missed. Okay, meanwhile, I'm charging up this back road. If Quickie Baby can't get him, I definitely will. But he reloads, reacquires the target, and finishes him off with his second shot. So that's 6 for me, 4 for Quickie Baby, 2 for Ike. Crucial contribution secured. So, Ace Tanker, Top Gun, High Caliber, crucial contribution, but none of that stuff's important. Did I complete the mission? Did I finally manage to knock out a crew member or a module on an enemy tank? Oh, hang on a minute. Is that a bruiser medal I see? Yes, I did it! Ace Tanker's not important. I completed the mission. Yeah, top of the team on kills, damage and XP. None of that's important. These are mere details. What's important is that I completed the mission. So that one's out of the way. What's the next mission in the series? Let's take a look. Be among the top 3 players on your team by damage caused. Whoa, wait a minute. I just went through all of that just to damage a module or kill a crew member. And then they give me this. I do that, and then they give me this. Oh, I've had enough. That's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. I can take a hint. I hope you enjoyed the video, however, folks, and good luck with your own individual missions. As always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.